Hey everybody, I'm Dustin with DreamCrushingDebt.com, and today I want to talk about how you can do your own spending freeze. Now, when I think of like a spending freeze, it kind of comes with this negative connotation, I think, because when we think of freezes when it comes to money, like there's hiring freezes, there's credit freezes, there are bank account freezes, right? There's just like something's gone wrong and we can't afford to have any more money go out, kind of thing. And so, um, but a spending freeze, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing to do. I think it's a good thing to do because it helps us uh, reset our spending habits. It helps us achieve goals because we're not spending anymore. Um, so spending freezes are great, and they don't have to last for very long. But I would say between 2 weeks and 4 weeks, so a month. So 2 weeks to a month are great time frames for this. And like I said, when you do a spending freeze, you're committing to yourself that you're not going to spend money on all the extra stuff. Of course, you are going to pay the bills. You're going to make sure everything is taken care of. That there's food on the table, but you're not going to load up your Amazon shopping cart and buy whatever sounds good. You're not going to be waiting in line at the grocery store and buying that chapstick that looks really good or that candy bar or what have you, right? You're doing a spending freeze. So if it's not a necessity, if it's not a must-have to survive, it falls into the spending freeze category. Okay. Now, when you do a spending freeze, you're essentially delaying gratification on buying whatever it is, and when you have to wait to buy something, it will probably work itself out of your system. Like, oh, I guess I don't really need that, or whatever. So I got some tips for you on how you can be successful with a spending freeze, so that whatever goals you have in mind, you can generate some quick extra cash to put towards that goal. Okay, the first one is learn to say no to the things that you want to do or want to have. So we just kind of talked about that one a little bit. Okay, if there's something you really want to have, just say no. And it's not a forever no. It's not that you can never have that no. It's a not right now. No. You can have it later. No. Okay. So just you have to learn to say no, and just understand that it's not a forever thing. It's just temporary. Okay, which brings me to my next point: is remind yourself that this is temporary. If a spending freeze is lasting 2 weeks, I mean that's really not a long time. But like even a month, okay, it's okay. I can't buy it this month, but I can buy it next month. Okay, just constantly remind yourself when you really want something that it's not right now, just later. Right? It's okay. You'll survive, and you'll be okay. Um, and sometimes things that help, right? If there's things you want to buy or do or whatever, but you can't because your spending freezes, make a list of all those things. Okay, and just tell yourself when the spending freeze is over, I'm going to buy all of this. Okay, whether it's food at a restaurant you like to have or something in your Amazon cart, whatever it is. Okay, just make a list of that. Now you'll find that more often than not, once you get to the end of the spending freeze, you'll review this list that you've made and realize you don't need half of it. You found an alternative. You found a substitute to the one thing that you were looking to buy, and that is great. That's part of resetting our spending habits, is we find those alternatives and different things. Next, tell everyone what you're doing. Okay, if someone invites you out to dinner but you're doing a spending freeze, tell them. Okay, say, I can't go to dinner with you this week or whatever, but how about next month? Because I'm doing a spending freeze so that I can achieve some other goals. Okay, does that work? And if it doesn't, just invite them over to do games at your house or something. You don't have to go out to dinner, although that's probably the easiest to achieve. No effort on really anyone's part other than showing up and picking something off the menu, but you can do other things, okay, that don't necessarily require money. Okay, so you can still get together with a friend you haven't seen in a while, but you don't have to spend money in the process. Last but not least is track spending. So it's great to do a spending freeze and save some money, but it will only go so far if you don't know how much you've saved. Okay, that's the whole point of doing a spending freeze, is to generate some extra cash to put towards your goals. And so you have to track spending. You have to know how much you're saving by not spending. Okay, so that's super important. If you can do those things, I think you'll have a very successful spending freeze, and you'll have some extra money left over to put towards a dream vacation or to debt or to wherever that is of most importance to you at the moment. Okay, so spending freezes should last 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and do them 3 or 4 times a year. Okay, you really don't need it much more than that. So, because we do need to live a little. Doing a spending freeze constantly is no fun. That is no way to live. But doing it occasionally, a few times a year, good thing. So, hope this has helped you guys be successful with doing your own spending freeze. If you got other questions, I'd love to hear them. Also, be sure to check out our podcast. Just go to dreamcrushingdebt.com, and we got blog posts, we got podcasts, we got more of these videos. So we'll see you guys around.